Locals in the remote Usinobundi district of Medang province were relieved when they heard the rhythmic sound of a chopper's blades overhead. The Mountain Area Medical Airlift, or MAMA Foundation, under Manalos Aviation, was responding to a call of distress from the mountaintop of Snow Pass, involving a first-time mother in her early 20s from the village of Karizokara.
On January 4th this month, we were able to medevac 2 emergency patients to Simple Provincial Hospital in Kundiava by Manalos Aviation from Leh. The first patient is a first-time delivery, and she had complications delivering because she went past a clinically marked period for delivery. She had suffered a lot of pain, excessive blood loss, and also a third-degree tear from inside out, which is a serious case that really required treatment from a bigger hospital and attention from the gynecology department. In any event, the baby got delivered safely on the 4th, just when the chopper landed at Snow Pass. So we had to rush her to the helipad to have a medevac to Simple Provincial Hospital on time.
The second patient is a 40-year-old woman with chronic asthma. She was suffering from a 24-hour bout of severe shortness of breath with no oxygen source to nebulize her. She was airlifted along with the young mother and her baby. Kumura noted reports from hospital staff that his constituents are recuperating well. He thanked Manalos Aviation for their promptness and the selfless work they do to bring service to the remote and often forgotten parts of the country. He further outlined that the Usinobundi District Development Authority on Christmas Eve last year presented a 200,000 kina check to Manalos Aviation to support health service delivery to every part of the district, from Begesin to Gama to the Ramu Plains as well. Camila Guare, TVWAN News.
The Tapini Highway, the main road linking Goilala district to the rest of Central Province, remains in poor condition despite being declared a national road more than a decade ago.
The 118-kilometer road branches from the Hiritano Highway at Arapokina and passes through some of the most difficult terrain in the country, including mountains, valleys, and fast-flowing rivers. Built soon after independence, the road has seen little upgrading over the past 50 years. In 2010, the road was given national road status, but limited funding has slowed improvement works. A 20 million kina allocation in recent years helped with some maintenance, but road users say it was not enough to meet growing needs. Goilala has 3 main access roads, the Tapini Road, Tolokuma Road, and Dubi Road, along with feeder roads. However, lack of funding continues to affect connectivity and delivery of basic services. Leaders are now appealing for emergency repairs and clearer direction on the Connect PNG program for Central Province. With roads being critical to development, communities in Goilala are urging all levels of government to act quickly to restore and secure this vital transport link. Wanfindai, TVWAN News.
The Yalebu Pangia District Development Authority has taken less than 2 months to replace the collapsed Nama River Bridge in the East Pangia Elegy in Southern Highlands Province. The new bridge was opened yesterday by the local member and former Prime Minister, Peter O'Neill. Built in the mid-90s, the bridge gave way on November 22, 2025, under the weight of heavy vehicles. During the opening yesterday, O'Neill thanked partners, including the contractor, for the delivery of this vital link. Police Minister Peter Siamalili Jr. has maintained that the government remains committed to protecting the lives of its people, maintaining public order, and safeguarding the sovereignty of the state. Minister Siamalili Jr.'s statement comes following the planned intelligence-led operation on January 2, 2026 in Sak Valley, Enga Province.
The operation in Sac Valley in Enga province was targeted at individuals who were believed to be in possession of illegal factory-made, high-powered firearms that was seen as a threat to the general public and the nation as a whole. Police Minister Peter Siamalili Jr. said the government regrets the loss of life that occurred. During the January 2nd operation, Minister Siamalili Jr. said security personnel encountered armed resistance, and when engaging with them, 2 armed suspects were injured. A member of the security forces was also shot and wounded. The minister emphasized that the security forces acted in accordance with clear rules of engagement and in response to direct and imminent threats to life. Siamalili has urged all leaders to address the matters of national security with responsibility, highlighting that the risk of sharing unverified and misleading information fuels tension and undermines the confidence of national security institutions. Wadfindai, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. After the break, Lassel makes history and NFA increases capacity to combat illegal fishing.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Pepsi bottle. Tell him shorty come get in it. Come grind on me, but met in it. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
Long year 2024, 7th baby i born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby is susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bell mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV eagle long baby. This lutok sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Meet YumiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan.
This is Gospel Africa.
Welcome back. It was history in the making as Lassel Technical Secondary School became the first school in the country to top both grade 10 and 12 government school results. TV1 News had the pleasure of speaking to Deputy Principal Administration Francis Toliman to learn just how staff and students were able to gain such an achievement.
In 2024, Lassel Technical Secondary School were ranked first for grade 10 only. Today, TV1 News sat with Deputy Principal Lassel Technical Secondary School Brother Francis Toliman to learn how staff and students managed to top the country both in grade 10 and 12 at the end of 2025 academic year. The secret, Brother Francis said, was plain hard work.
I am very excited and I'm very pleased with the students, and it's a feeling of not just excitement but of relief of the kind of effort that the teachers, support staff and the students have put into making sure that they are working together collaboratively to achieve what was one of their dreams, one of their visions. Or our visions, students, teachers. So I am very happy and very proud to be here and to be teaching the students. It's a great feeling to know that your school is top for grade 10 and grade 12. And also I believe, if I am right, it is the first time in the history of schools in Papua New Guinea that a school is top in both grade 10 and grade 12. So.
Brother Francis said according to student performance, the school believes 90% of their grade 12 students passed and will make it to tertiary institutions. 127 grade 12 sat for the exams and 265 sat for grade 10 exams.
What we have done is we continued on what we were doing because we saw that it was the results came out as it was last year. We tried to maintain and improve. One of the things that we tried to look at was the study habit of students. The study habit of students, as you know, when they saw the result, they themselves felt motivated. The results that we have gotten in 2025 is parents are now all wanting to come to their children to come to the school, and we would be very happy to take the students. They have the marks, they have the potential to come here and to continue their grade 9s or their grade 11 here in the school, but we have as we have limited space.
Lassel outranked over 200 other secondary schools in both the grade 10 and 12 2025 national examinations. Education Secretary Dr. Uke Krombra announced this in early December 2025 when he officially launched the exam results in Port Moresby. School principal Brother Anthony Sami Pankras said at the time of the announcement that when they came first in the grade 10 national exams in 2024, students set a goal for similar results in 2025 and this time for grade 12 as well.
40 of the 127 students who completed grade 10 at Lassel Secondary last year are transferring to schools of excellence, schools offering specialized international curriculums in science, technology, engineering and mathematics, or STEM. STEM is designed to equip students with skills and knowledge to excel in STEM fields so that they are competitive on a global landscape. Deputy Principal Administration, Brother Francis Toliman, said Lassel is considering introducing the STEM program to retain its brightest students.
Almost 40 students from our school that are going to national high or schools of excellence, about 40 of them, and almost most of them want to stay back. But the only one of the things for some of them that won't stay with us, one of the reasons is because they are interested in STEM. Okay, and STEM is taken in schools of excellence. Hopefully our school in the future will look into that area to make sure that we also have STEM and to keep our students.
Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, commended the Marape government for the passing of the legislature on Special Economic Zone that has enabled the Paga Hill Paradise project to eventuate. Maru gave his commendations during the handover of the first phase of the Paga Hill Paradise on Sunday, 4th January 2025.
Minister for International Trade and Investments, Richard Maru, said the dream to create the Paga Hill Tourism City was envisioned in 2018 and brought to government to build a transformative city within the city of Port Moresby. He thanked the government for making this vision come to life.
I want to tonight place on record my appreciation to the Prime Minister and to the Marape government for not only passing the SEZ legislation in 2019, but for approving Paga Hill to be the first SEZ in our country. 6 years on, we've now seen the completion of the first world-class building.
He further commended the government for providing a license and incentives for investors to invest in these twin tower apartments that will completely change Paga Hill and start Phase 2 and other developments in the Paga Hill Special Economic Zone. Maru mentioned that 3 other hotels are being designed within the adjoining Special Economic Zone.
For the record, by March, within the Paga Hill SEZ, other investors would have completed the first casino, which will be opened in our country around March. And it will employ 600 plus Papua New Guineans full-time. Our government, being responsible, has to now start providing incentives so we can compete and bring investments like this. The truth is, we are competing with every other country who are offering special incentives to attract investors to come. And I'm happy to announce tonight, government has also approved the third SEZ within this precinct, the Old Wharf, to be another SEZ.
Maru said a formal announcement on the third SEZ is going to be made soon. He added that PNG is not an attractive place to invest in due to law and order issues, but said special incentives like tax holidays are attracting investors to put money into the country.
The National Fisheries Authority's Monitoring, Control and Surveillance Command Center was opened today in Daru. Among those in attendance were Prime Minister James Marape, Minister for Fisheries and Marine Resources Jelta Wong, Western Province Governor Taboy Awiyoto, National Fisheries Authority Managing Director Justin Ilakini, senior public servants, development partners and local leaders.
The new command center is designed to strengthen Papua New Guinea's ability to monitor, control and respond to illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing across its maritime borders. Located in Daru, a key border town between Australia and Indonesia, the facility will support real-time surveillance, enforcement coordination and fisheries protection operations.
You have to lay foundations. This building will come with regulations and policy that the Marape Rosto government has put together for external invasion of illegal fishing and internal invasion of illegal fishing. All line outside will work him illegal fishing, all line inside too will work him. He got processed and law stuff. Size per piece, size per lobster, all got a disla kind something. Disla building by monitoring. But in not the solve fisheries, beyond time for me play invite him on plus sector, lokam, the stop layer.
The center forms part of a broader national effort to safeguard marine resources, protect livelihoods and improve maritime security in border regions. The managing director of the National Fisheries Authority, Justin Ilakini, said this is only the beginning of a long-term plan to protect Papua New Guinea's marine resources and ensure provinces benefit from their fisheries.
Governor, the building in front of you is just the beginning. We have identified Western Province and Daru as a very strategic location to protect our resources from IUU activities. We will be working closely with our friends from Australia to see how we can increase our activities with regards to cross-border endorsement with the lobsters that is on the other side. I'll be meeting with my good colleague from AFMA, Australia Fisheries, West, tomorrow, and we'll be discussing, this 100 metric ton of lobster that is still yet to be caught on their side, which is our share.
Speaking during the official ceremony in Daru, Mr. Ilikini said Daru and Western Province are central to PNG's fisheries security, with plans already underway to establish a similar command center in Vanimo. Guest of honor and Prime Minister James Marape said the new command center symbolizes a shift from policy intention to real delivery, particularly in the protection of PNG's vast and resource-rich exclusive economic zone.
Today it is a proud milestone moment for our nation. Though seemingly small as it is, but a big step in the right direction in the protection of our resources, our sovereignty, and our future.
He commended Managing Director Justin Ilakini and is presenting the Fisheries Strategic Plan 2021 to 2030 and the government's Medium-Term Development Plan 4, particularly in strengthening surveillance and governance of fisheries resources. Ruth Rongola, TVWAN News.
And now a look at the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2348 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2273, $0.3355 Australian dollars, $0.1858 euro, and 35.29 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except palm oil, which closed lower, and copper, which closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX and all ordinaries closed the day lower. You're watching TV1 News. Stay with us. We'll have news abroad after these short messages.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Our journey starts with you. We'll be there from the start, right through to your life's adventures. We'll ensure comfort and make your safety our priority. We'll take you to memorable moments, no matter where it begins. And we'll get you there like we've always done. The 4th generation coaster bus, more than just a bus.
24-hour service. Always there when we need them the most. They risk their lives to save mine. They are ordinary people doing extraordinary things. They are our everyday heroes. St. John Ambulance, trusted to care.
Digicel Business. We help grow your business with secure, reliable, and cost-effective ICT solutions. We will manage your technology so you can power your vision for your business with the best solutions to offer. Accelerate your business growth with Digicel Business Cloud Solutions with cloud platform services, disaster recovery as a service, and backup as a service. Talk to our cloud solutions experts today. Digicel Business. Better solutions for better business.
Missing the headlines that matter the most? Only one better way to stay up to date. TV1 Online. One click on tv1.com.pg. Access PNG's breaking news, top stories, international news, and the latest in sports and entertainment. Visit tv1.com.pg wherever you are in PNG and bookmark it to your home screen. TV1 Online, the news source you can trust, just one click away.
Change is constant. The world never stands still. Neither does ambition.
The Consumer News and Business Channel.
The markets twist and turn. Up, down, push, pull, growth, progress.
We'll take you live to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
It's not slowing down. If anything, it's getting faster, dynamic, relentless. No time to rest, to pause, to take a breath. It's not always easy to make sense of it all.
They know nothing!
Unless that's what you've been doing for the past 35 years.
Our ambition is to be the best that we can be every day.
Breaking news, unparalleled access.
Mr. President, welcome.
Good morning, Joe. And in-depth reporting.
If you're just waking up, you're going to want to pay attention to this.
Turning insight into opportunity.
The action is just getting started.
Empowering you from Wall Street to your street.
This is the greatest show on earth.
CNBC.
Thanks for staying with us. Elon Musk's AI tool, Grok, faces growing international backlash for generating sexualized deepfakes of women and minors, with the European Union joining the condemnation and Britain warning of an investigation. Complaints of abuse flooded the internet after the recent rollout of an edit image button on Grok, which enabled users to alter online images with prompts such as remove her clothes. The digital undressing spree prompted swift probes and calls for remedial action from countries including France, India, and Malaysia. The European Commission, the EU's digital watchdog, said it was very seriously looking into the complaints about Grok. The state government's controversial anti-protest laws had their first major test yesterday, with opposing rallies condemning and celebrating the capture of Nicolas Maduro in Sydney. The government has been criticized from both sides, with some saying the laws will fail a looming constitutional challenge, while others say they're ineffective in stopping static rallies.
Arrests in Sydney CBD after the government's calls for a summer of calm. More than 200 protesters gathered at Town Hall yesterday opposing the United States' seizure of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro.
Hands off Venezuela! Hands off Venezuela!
A Venezuelan community group also gathered, celebrating the end of Maduro's reign.
We're very happy that they took Maduro, but at the same time there is people that didn't want to come to the because there was police presence.
3 people were arrested and released without charge. After the Bondi terror attack, the state government gave police the power to refuse authorisation for all public assemblies for up to 3 months. Police authorisation gives protesters some legal protections, particularly when marching, but that isn't always necessary. The government says police didn't break up the gathering because the ban was never intended to cover static rallies.
The laws aren't designed to stop people coming together in a peaceful way. Our laws are designed to ensure that our community stays safe.
Lawyer Nick Hanna is leading a constitutional challenge to the protest laws. He says police have exaggerated the scope of the new powers.
Contrary to what has been suggested by the police and their somewhat unhelpful use of terms such as unauthorised rallies or unauthorised protests, there's no actual need for them to be authorised.
He insists the laws threaten all protests.
They have the ability to prevent the Invasion Day rally from taking place, or climate change protests from taking place, or even right-wing protests taking place.
Police are expected to decide in the next 2 days whether to extend the restrictions for another 2 weeks.
Ousted Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores appeared in a New York court, pleading not guilty to multiple charges 3 days after their capture in Caracas. Mr. Maduro and Ms. Flores fronted a brief hearing ahead of what is expected to be a prolonged legal battle over whether he can be put on trial in the United States. The deposed president, 63 years of age, has been charged with narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States. Ms. Flores faces many of the same charges, but is not accused of narco-terrorism conspiracy. In a small Northern Territory classroom, recycling has reached new heights. An innovative program run by a group of Year 7 students is not only revolutionizing recycling hard plastics, it's turning a profit in the process.
To do the honours.
At this Northern Territory primary school, recycling is a serious business. First, these Year 3 students collect plastic waste from other classes. Then,
we shred them, melt them and mould them.
Plastic is fed into this machine, then melted in this one, using the profits from their hard work to help other kids.
We were collecting money from students from our plastic project to give to the Salvation Army.
It's not just a fun project, it's about teaching these kids the recycling process from start to middle to finish. It's called decentralised recycling, a move away from industrial recycling plants to small community initiatives.
We've bought in a paper shredder, we've got food composters, and we've been collecting that waste to use for other products. So we've actually reduced our waste by 80%.
Experts say it's one of the best ways to recycle, cutting travel costs, emissions, and building community.
It's very good for the environment and it's basically helping the world. It makes me feel super happy that we get to help the environment and that I think it's truly remarkable.
I enjoy doing all of this stuff and I'm getting to learn new things and I think it's really awesome.
Little waste warriors getting started early.
Environment groups have launched a renewed fight to slash cane toad numbers after the pest spread to a North Queensland island. Nightly toad hunts are already delivering results with a noticeable dent in the population.
They're one of the country's most infamous pests. While somewhat of a draw card at these weekly races,
you've got to kiss the toad to get the cash, baby.
outside of the ring, the spread of cane toads to Magnetic Island poses a deadly threat.
We're losing a lot of our native frogs, especially insects and bugs, and it can all be led back to cane toads.
Environment groups are leading a 3-year project to curb toad numbers, removing tadpoles by day and hunting adult toads at night.
We've eradicated over 80 kilos of tadpoles. Each 100 grams of tadpoles is 474 animals. So if you do the maths on that, they're quite significant numbers.
The Maggie toad busters say they may not be able to wipe out the species from the island, but they're doing everything they can to stop the spread of the invasive animals.
We then put them into a 20-litre container with a lid or a bag. We can hold the neck of that so they're not jumping out, and then dispose of them ethically after that.
We will definitely reduce their numbers to a point where they're not making such a big impact on our wildlife. And it would be really nice to see no toads on the island.
As for eradicating the species, that's a long way off.
It's just not going to happen, I don't think.
And that ends the news segment. Coming up in sports, EP Park Sisters prepare for NCD Governors Cup Grand Final Showdown and bid opens for Touch National Championships.
Join Digicel and enjoy the network that rewards you with a whole lot more. Activate a new Digicel prepaid SIM and get 2 gigs data plus 20 minutes free Digicel to Digicel talk for 3 months. Get your first month's reward instantly with no spend required. Spend 30k or more for your rewards in months 2 and 3. So what are you waiting for? Get your new SIM at any Digicel outlet or agent today and enjoy free talk and free data only with Digicel.
Hey viewers, got a red disc on your roof? You can watch 80 channels of exclusive NRL, State of Origin, Filipino and Indian Indian drama series, local and international live news and sports, plus some great international channels on Digicel TV. Get a 20-channel plan for as low as 22 kina for the one-day plan, or 80 kina only if you jump in and buy the whole month at once. Want more? Maybe the 40-channel plan is what you need. Buy now for 28 kina for the one-day plan, or be brave and go for the whole month and it's only 105 kina. Want even more? Try the 60-channel plan. It's only 38 kina for the one-day plan, or take the big step and purchase the 30-day plan for only 185 kina. You want the biggest TV plan in PNG? Over 80 channels for as little as 42 kina a day for the one-day plan, or take the whole month at once and you could be choosing from over 85 channels with either the Indian or the Filipino channel options as an add-on. Dial *515# to subscribe now. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
It's astonishing! That's what he's there for!
Good morning, folks. I'm Martin Sung. Let's get a look at your headlines at this hour.
U.S. has the godfather of AI and his black leather jacket, Jensen. China has rare earth. It's time to make a deal.
I'm less concerned about building a mythology.
I think at the end of the day, common sense will prevail.
OpenAI valuation, $500 billion US.
$500 billion happens to be how much Elon Musk apparently is worth right now. Anyway.
I'm Lucky Costa, this is Hot Rod Garage, and I have somebody you want to meet.
I'm Alex Taylor, and I am a builder, a drag racer,
She's fearless.
and a diehard hot rodder.
Think we're going to do a trans break?
As long as we can, work on boost management.
Boost management?
We need to use it to go faster. We've got more rides and better yet, even more horsepower, so don't miss out.
Journey's Hands wins.
I just wiped mine.
Winner!
It's not just a sport, it's a way of life.
Really good with ball in hand, and will score under the post.
Charging down the field, some by Maka. How about that for defending? McCarthy Black takes them all on the outside, and he's gotten away initially.
And now Faith Nathan slices between the New Zealand defenders.
And they're almost the way they are, PG.
They're going to get the opener in the second half. One line break is enough. They live and breathe this game.
Welcome back. Papua New Guinea junior squash standout Timonali's Alakos Kriabish continues to build an impressive international ranking, competing against the world's best and flying the PNG flag at the international stage. Timonali's recently completed her campaign at the 2026 British Junior Open in Birmingham, England this week. The BOJ is one of the most prestigious junior squash tournaments in the world, held this year as part of the event's 100-year centenary celebrations.
Representing Papua New Guinea, Timonali's Alakos Kriabish is the first PNG junior squash player to compete back-to-back at the British Junior Open, having placed 35th in the girls under 13 category in 2025. Now aged 13, Timonali's stepped up an age group in 2026, competing in the girls under 15 category, where she finished 24th overall in a field of 64 players, a significant improvement on her previous result. 39 players from 12 countries competed in the girls under 15 category, which highlighted the depth and international quality of the field. With over 750 junior players from across the globe, the British Junior Open sits alongside the World Junior Championships as the pinnacle of junior squash competition. The 2026 tournament started on January the 2nd and ends today, January the 6th, at the University of Birmingham, attracting elite young talent from Europe, Asia, Africa, and North America. PNG Squash Federation President Lady Anna Togolo praised Timonali's progress and confirmed that she remains firmly in the federation's long-term plans.
It's been a great start to Timona Lisa's 2026 squash campaign, placing 24th in the under-15 girls in a pool of 64 at this week's prestigious British Junior Open. The level of competition at the BGO is world-class and a step away for juniors from the PSA. Timona is preparing well for a number of competitions this year in the lead up to the selection for the Tahiti 2027 Pacific Games.
PNG SRF says that with consistent international exposure, rising rankings and strong performances against elite competition, Timona Liz continues to set new benchmarks for Papua New Guinea squash, positioning herself as a key prospect for future regional and international representation. Jasmine Rajak, TV1 Sports.
The Touch Federation of Papua New Guinea has officially invited all affiliated associations to submit bids for the hosting rights of the 2026 National Touch Championship. President Stephen Quimp announced this recently as he opened the bid to the national event.
President of the Touch Federation of Papua New Guinea, Stephen Quimp, said the call for bids to host the 2026 National Championships follows a resolution passed during the annual general meeting in 2025 in conjunction with the championships held in Lae, Moraba Province. Quimp emphasized that the championships plays a vital role in player development, national team pathways, and the final selection of players for the 2028 Touch World Cup. He said it is also crucial to the overall growth and visibility of touch football throughout PNG. He confirmed that the TF-PNG bidding form for the 2026 National Touch Championship has been released and outlines the required information and hosting criteria. General information includes key contact details of the bidder, proposed event dates from the 23rd to the 27th of September 2026, venue facilities, accommodation, and transportation arrangements, as well as event management and logistical capacity. Quimp urged interested associations to complete the form and submit it within the stipulated time frame. He said all bids will be assessed fairly and transparently by the TF-PNG executive in line with the approved hosting criteria. The TF-PNG president encouraged affiliates that this was an opportunity to showcase respective regions on the national stage and have meaningful contribution to the progress of touch football in PNG. Deadline for all bids is 28th of February 2026. Jasmine Rajak, TV1 Sports.
Former PNG Orchid, Kathy Knapp, led the Kapomanda EP Park sisters to preliminary final victory over Komagin Congos 16-4 at the Kone Tigers Oval today. They are now set for the 2025 to 2026 NCD Governors Cup Grand Final on Wednesday. Following their victory, Knapp said they worked hard to earn the Grand Final spot and they are now preparing for the big dance.
EP Park Sisters was all class against a determined Komagin Congos in the preliminary finals of the NCD Governors Cup tournament. They completed the first half scoreless but returned in the second half and stunned their opposition. This inspiring victory is led by Orchid #1 Katy Knapp, who played the entire match at 5/8 and hooker interchangeably. She boosted the team's morale as they surged past the Komagin Congos to snatch the Cup Grand Final ticket. Knapp said the girls worked hard for the win and deserve a crack at the NCD Governors Cup title.
Congratulations to our players and our very own coach Emmanuel Tallinn for standing up and coaching our young girls. And yeah, big credit to them waking up every 6 o'clock morning to come and train, because afternoon the field is, EP Park is fully packed, so we have to make a commitment to wake up at 5:30 and train from 6 to 7. It's a big commitment that the girls gave, some mothers and some very young girls, and thank you to our supporters also.
Knapp also expressed that it felt great to be on the field handling a rugby ball once again. She said it was a great opportunity to play with young talented footballers.
Yeah, it feels really great just throwing the ball around to the young ones to do the work. I'm admiring how they're running hard and how they're sprinting towards scoring a try and seeing those corner kicks go into the goalpost. We never used to have females putting those kicks from the corners, so it's a big, huge improvement in the women's game.
Neab said while the EP Park sisters enjoy victory, they have one more game to go. In the remaining hours, they return home and reflect on today's performance and look to improve the week's sports before they take the field for the grand final. The NCD Governors Cup 2025 to 2026 has completed most preliminary final matches in both men and women's rugby league divisions. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
In a highly intense affair, in the NCD Governors Cup men's preliminary final, the more fancied and experienced 54 Bears outfit emerged victorious with a nail-biting 12-8 win, securing a spot in tomorrow's big dance at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. The star of the match was young Aroma Coast flyer Micah Voro, who scored a hat-trick, bagging 2 tries in the first half and 1 in the second. Voro is the cousin of former PNG Hunters 5'8" and Kumul's half, Gairo Voro.
The first men's prelim final match between 5-4 Bears and Boroko Bulldogs kicked off on a fast pace. Both teams displayed a high level of emotion and energy in the opening exchanges. However, tempers flared earlier on, resulting in Bulldogs player Kenny Yall sent to the bin for an infraction against a match official. Following a quick restart, Bears capitalized on the opportunity. Speedster Micah Voro showcased his explosive pace to cross the try line twice to put the Bears in front 8-0. Bulldogs responded, managing to score a try of their own and narrowing the gap to 8-6 by halftime. In the second half, Bears ramped up their game, utilizing their experienced players to their advantage. A sweeping backline play allowed Voro to score his third try, extending Bears' lead to 12-6. An unfortunate call by the match referee against the Bulldogs led to significant unrest within the team, culminating in players walking off the field in protest and demanding a change of referee. After 20 minutes stoppage, another referee took over and the match resumed. The Bulldogs, living up to their underdog status, displayed speed and skill in the attacking flair. But the Bears' defensive resolve held firm, successfully repelling several attempts to equalize. A late penalty kick by the Bulldogs brought the score to 12-8, bolstering their efforts, yet they ultimately fell short. Despite a courageous push, they lost the ball just before the try line as time expired. At full time, the Bears triumphed 12-8. Voro expressed his excitement over the victory post-match.
Me scored triple try. Me feel alright straight. Me making a team me win. Alright. Gairo me play same place. Me play family bamito, me family or bubu side about sla. Me play family.
So more cousins.
Yeah, cousins. Plenty all good players talo. Apa but no at all good sponsor. Lo sponsor mo na can play lo. Most league na about sla kain.
Bears powerhouse forward Muka Peter proved to be a handful for the smaller Bulldogs pack throughout the match, admitting that playing consecutive days of footy took its toll on the body, but motivated him to push through.
Yeah, I'm going to give like I said earlier, all prepare to win Nakam. Our team will prepare to win Nakam. So, I'm not taking any team lightly, regardless of what junior player or big player. I'm not taking him lightly. So, I'm taking him also. Come to compete. That's why we play strong. At the end, we get a win.
Okay. 5-4 Bears are now on standby for the winner of the second men's prelim final. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Brian Kelly is poised to replace Zach Lomax in Parramatta's backline after being released by Gold Coast to sign a 2-year deal at the Eels. Kelly had been linked with the Eels in recent weeks before both clubs made the immediate move official yesterday.
Through, so is Edwards. Edwards work to do, and Kelly's got it out of his hands and scored!
Brian Kelly looks set to slot into the starting side for Jason Ryle's second season as coach following Zach Lomax's release only one season into a 4-year deal. New South Wales representative Lomax had been linked with breakaway rugby competition R360 before its postponement plunged his future into limbo late last year. Kelly will be the beneficiary of Lomax's misfortune, though set to join Josh Adoka and Will Penicilli as a walk-up starter in the outside backs. Kelly brings a wealth of experience to Parramatta, having played 190 NRL games across his career. A talented ball runner, the versatile back adds valuable depth and strike to the Eels' back line. Kelly has proudly worn the jerseys of New South Wales Country, the Prime Minister's 13, and the Indigenous All-Stars. Bailey Simonson, Jordan Semrani, and Jos Papali are among other options as the Eels look to build on improvements showcased in 2025. Terry Long with TV1 Sports.
Michael Maguire's major dilemma heading into Brisbane's title defence is the two key members of his spine turn 36 during the new season. Adam Reynolds and Ben Hunt were superb as the Broncos ended their long title drought in 2025. But can they do it again? And will 2026 be their final seasons, leaving Brisbane with some big decisions to make?
NRL premiers, the Brisbane Broncos.
Apart from the disaster of potentially losing Payne Haas, the biggest question surrounding the Brisbane Broncos is, are they too old to go back-to-back? The Broncos came back from 3 big deficits to win the 2025 title on the back of Reece Walsh's parking run of form, but they needed it after key injuries, players Ben Hunt and Adam Reynolds in the decider. Promising youngster Jonah Pezzett joins the Broncos from Melbourne via Parramatta in 2027, seemingly the perfect long-term replacement for Reynolds at halfback. Billy Walters, who is currently recovering from an ACL tear, played his best football at hooker last year and should step seamlessly into Hunt's boots. As players age, they become more injury-prone, and the question has to be asked, can the two veterans get through a tough and demanding 27-round season plus finals? Cowboys recruit Tom Duffy has played just 6 top-grade games, but shapes as next man up for Reynolds if his dodgy hamstrings give way. While with Walters set for a late start to the year, Blake Mozer is the logical short-term replacement for Hunt as the veteran moves to hooker. The other intriguing player is the Colossus Payne Haas. Brisbane would have given the game's most damaging big man a 10-year deal. Instead, Haas looks set to sign for just 1 more season until the end of 2027. The reliable Kobe Hetherington is the only member of the grand final winning squad to leave, signing with Manly, and the Broncos have plenty capable of replacing him. Look for Xavier Willison, one of the best young forwards in the league, to get more game time next season after a big summer. The enigmatic Selwyn Kobosh showed little in 2025, and his departure to the Dolphins shouldn't be a problem, especially with Storm utility back Brent Anderson coming in. Brisbane Broncos' potential 2026 team is as follows: Reece Walsh, Jesse Arthurs, Gehamat Shibasaki, Kotoni Staggs, Dane Marina, Ezra Mam, Adam Reynolds, Corey Jensen, Ben Hunt, Payne Haas, Brendan Piakura, Jordan Rickey, Patrick Carrigan, Blake Mozer, Xavier Willison, Jack Gosiewski, Brent Anderson. Jasmine Jack, TV1 Sports.
8 clubs representing 7 nations from across the Pacific will have the honor of playing in the inaugural OFC Pro League when the action kicks off late this month. Played across 5 circuit rounds held in 5 different nations before a finals series in New Zealand, clubs will play up to 19 matches as they vie to become champions of the Pacific. The first kick is on January 17th at Eden Park in Auckland, New Zealand.
Oh, and it's gone in! That was what we were expecting him to do.
With anticipation rising across the region ahead of competition kickoff, the OFC Pro League takes a closer look at 3 of the 8 competing clubs. The Pacific teams are at the center stage, joined by Australia and New Zealand. Papua New Guinea's most successful club, Hekari FC, is the nation's first professional football team and will be looking to build on the historic success of Hekari United, who famously won the OFC Men's Champions League in 2010, going on to represent the region at the FIFA Club World Cup. Brazilian coach Marcos Guzmão has extensive knowledge of the local scene, having managed the national men's side across 2 previous separate stints, and his squad features a host of their talent, including a dangerous attacking strike force that features Raymond Gunemba, Ati Kepo, Rex Naime, and Nathaniel Eddy. Bula FC from Fiji is one of the oldest football nations in the Pacific. Fiji will finally have a professional football club to call its own when Bula FC takes part in the OFC Professional League. Stefan Ovray joins the club as dual coach of both Bula FC and the Fijian national men's side and has constructed a strong squad that blends experience with young homegrown talent. Solomon Kings FC of Solomon Islands, one of the most passionate football nations in the Pacific, is built out of a partnership between Brisbane-based football club Wynnum Wolves and the Solomon Islands Football Federation. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
And now, the weather. In regional forecast, Southern in Port Moresby, partly cloudy with chances of few showers. Daru, cloudy periods with rain showers and thunderstorms. In Momase, Lae, partly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In Madang and Wewak, partly cloudy with chances of few showers. To the New Guinea Islands, Kavieng and Kimbe, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In Kokopo, Rabaul and Buka, cloudy skies with periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the Highlands region, Goroka, Kundiawa, Bans, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy with periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas slight to moderate, becoming rough with northwest to westerly winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots at times. Solomon Sea, seas smooth to slight with northwest to southwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Seas, seas moderate to rough with northwest winds of 15 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 30 knots at times. Pacific Ocean, seas light to moderate with northwest to southwesterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of Samurai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2.5 meters along warning areas. And waters of Finschhafen through Vitiaz Strait to Siasi, Long Island to Madang, Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 2 to 3 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by